Hey, you guys. Let me know if you can hear me and if you can hear me nicely. I know people are probably just getting notifications. I don't even know who gonna get a notification because YouTube like forget you, Michelle, and all that you stand for in your life because they have completely dismissed your girl pretty much in whole. So, um, today is World Mental Health Day, and hey, and today I just wanted to take some time. I kind of knew, I have these days like this marked in my calendar, anyways, and took a little bit of a break. Thank you. I took a little bit of a break this past week and a half, kind of, and actually I've kind of been on a low key break anyway. Um, just with life and things that were going on. So, anyways, this past week I took a break and I was like, oh, I'll just come back for World Mental Health Day and we'll do a lunchtime chit chat and stuff like that. So, I know I have not been around very much, but with so many other things happening, this was important to me that we talk about mental health in the capacity of someone who doesn't look like they have a mental health um, issue or concern going on. And a lot of times we think mental health issues should look like someone in a strapped jacket, like being held on like this. People, wanting to commit suicide and things like that. It's like a lot of things that outside of the spectrum of what we see as the norm of what goes on. And so I am someone that suffers from some mental health issues. I actually was diagnosed with postpartum depression, and I have anxiety, which goes hand in hand with the depression that I have. And then recently, I have been diagnosed with OCD, and a whole nother thing. That's like a whole another spectrum. It's not even what we're used to. Or I don't have to like touch all the things, and there's nothing wrong if that's somebody's thing. It's just not. I'm just trying to explain what my mode is. And then I have post traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. So I have a lot of things going on, and I don't get on here and talk about it that often. If you ask me a personal question, if you talk to me one on one, yeah, you've probably heard me talk about my anxiety and things like that. But I don't think I've ever made a video just like going into the things that happen with me, myself, and I. Um, Again, I don't go around talking about it because that's not my thing. And that's probably a downfall at some point too, because um, I know that I'm the strong one and I'm the strong everything everywhere around. And so I keep a lot of things to myself and I don't share until someone has or they're in that situation and I feel like I need to share. So let me know if you guys can hear me good. Hit the like button, so I can know that you guys are here and you're rocking with me. So today is World Mental Health Day, and I just wanted to just kind of talk about my story. Again, I have suffered from postpartum depression, but what I didn't realize is that a lot of the things that I was experiencing in college actually was a part of me having depression. Um, and anxiety. So when I was in college, didn't do I didn't do all the things that I should have done. Now, granted, I had an awesome, amazing time, but I didn't do all the things. And I was in a very toxic relationship that I didn't realize was taking a hold of me mentally as well as physically. And it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So that's a whole thing in itself. I honestly, sometimes I try not to talk about the domestic violence thing because I feel like you guys can attach to who it was. Like, it'd be different if nobody knew who I was, but like some people can kind of go back and figure out who it is. And so I just rather not do that. But if you know, then you know what I'm saying? So I had a lot of mental and physical abuse when I was in school, as in college. And more so the mental part of it was me not he made me feel as though I wasn't good enough, right? So like his biggest thing, hey Miss Elaine, his biggest thing was to make me feel less than so that when someone else would come around to make me feel more than, I wouldn't know what that was like. Okay. Now, I don't know if that was his whole MO or if that's what he was really on, but in my perception of what happened in that relationship, that is what happened. So I wanted to go out places. He didn't want me to go out. He didn't want me to wear certain things. And I had a little body waddy. Okay. I went back and looked at some pictures the other day and I had a little body, like for real, like a little body. And I didn't look at myself like that, and I used my body as a mode of trying to heal from that, not realizing that what I was experiencing was something on a deeper level, and that I really should have been trying to talk to someone. Now, I went to counseling while I was on campus, but all my counseling, like all of my issues, were directed directly at him. I never got to the root cause of trying to heal myself. Because of that, I went years without getting help. Okay. So my pimp status that I was on, it was great, but I didn't get to the part of where I needed to heal myself until after I um had my son. I went through the drama with his father and got to really talking about the situation, because in order for me to get out of the mental health institute, okay, I had to actually talk, and I had to actually open up, and I have to actually figure out why I was here in this situation today, right now. So, oh, oh goodness. Okay, I'm trying not to get emotional because it gets to the point where, like, I'm so happy where I am right now, and just to know that all of those years went by where I wasn't happy with myself and I wasn't pleased with myself, and to know that I spent a lot of time where I could have been getting help and getting real help from people. Okay. As a Christian, I grew up in a very Christian home, and I told my mom, I distinctively remember this, and I was probably about I want to say I was maybe 16. My brother had came home, and I was there talking to my parents. I had got bullied in high school because I had stuff, not because I was rude or mean or anything, but because I had things that other girls didn't have. I had a car. I had parents that was buying me stuff. I had my own job, but people didn't realize that. Um, So, anyways, I remember telling my mom, I don't know who I am. And I didn't know who I was. And if I can be quite honest, I didn't figure out who I was until probably a couple days ago. Actually, in 2019 has been the year of me discovering who I really am. And that's because I've been taking leaps and leaps and leaps and leaps, and continuing to taking leaps and leaps of faith, and just trusting in God and putting my all into that. So, to go around, if you can imagine going from 16 all the way, I'm 32 now, to go from 16 to 31 of not knowing who you are, and to keep searching and keep doing things, trying to figure out who you are. Now realizing that some of this stuff is not caused by to someone. You need to get some help. You need to talk to mask off. So, okay. So I went through all of that. Struggled with image, body image, everything. And every single time I've tried to lose weight or do something, I've done it because I wanted. He allowed me to lose all the weight, get certified to teach Zumba, all of that. I was doing everything, and then boom, I was skinny for maybe a year. From postpartum depression. So all of that stuff point this year where I had to open up, and I had to talk. I had to talk about my past. I had to talk about my parents, and that I thought I was in friendships. I had to talk to someone. And it was that people have just been speaking and pouring into my life. And I went through a period of time where I didn't allow people to pour into me because I was the pourer. And I said that I needed to let people pour into me. And that's what I've done. But a lot of times what we don't see people that are the strong friend, that are the one that doesn't really say too much, that's always laughing, always smiling, always there for you. Where are the people that are like, I'm there for you. Like, where are those people? They say it, but do they really mean it? Or do you trust someone enough to be there for you? So when I say check on your strong friends, sis, check on your strong friends. It's been nothing more than people saying, I got you, baby girl. Like, I got you. This is us. You ain't got to worry about nothing. We good. Hey, did you do something for yourself this week? Make sure you take your medicine before you get on a plane. Those small little things that people do, or that you can do for someone, you don't even realize what kind of thing that can change, how that can change someone's atmosphere for that day. And you don't see it because we don't let you see it. No one would ever know that I struggled through anything if I never said anything. And I know because I hide it. Hell, I hide it from myself sometimes. I have to tell my girl, if you don't sit down and chill, like you are really struggling and you need to chill. I literally have to tell myself that it's okay to legit not be okay. Like it's okay for me to struggle. It's okay for me to say I need a break. The biggest thing that I realize is that I put a lot of pressure on myself, not other people. I put a lot of stress on myself. And in doing so, I lost a lot of things from that. I'm trying to rebuild relationships with people along the way and drop relationships and figure things out for me because I'm not the same person I was when I was 20. And that's a part of me growing here mentally. So it's it does coffee. Sometimes it does feel better just to hide it. But honestly, the more I hid, the more I kept sweeping things under the rug, the more whatever it was for me to not. And if you guys know me, and I don't know if I've ever shared, I'm the type of girl like I would literally my family wouldn't hear from me from weeks because I would go into a state of not talking to anyone. I would go into isolation. I think it was one time my brother had to come knock on my door and he was threatening like to come over there and like he like look, if you don't open this door we gonna have some problems because I won't answer phone calls, I wouldn't answer text messages, stuff like that gave me really high anxiety when I was going through something. I just didn't want to talk. And literally this year is the year that I started opening up. I told people I felt. When I talk about protecting my energy, I mean that. And that protecting my energy doesn't mean not saying something to anyone. It means to tell someone, yes, I'm going through this. I need a moment. Take some time for me. I can't deal with your crap today. I got to deal with me. And it's okay to tell someone that. And those people that don't understand are the ones that will slowly begin to weed themselves out. If you have people in your life that don't understand that sometimes you just don't have it to give, you just don't have it. Like you literally don't have it to give to yourself, let alone give it to somebody else. And if they don't understand that, bye bye, sis. Bye bye. They gotta go. Family members, friends that you've had for years. And what I realized is a lot of the situationships, friendships that I have built were based around certain situations where now I felt like I owed loyalty to people that I didn't owe anything to other than me being me. That's it. When I took that moment and started realizing that, I really, really, really got in my head and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be okay. Like I stopped taking my medicine, which is big for me. I've went on how many flights? You have to ask Shay. I think I've been on at least 3 flights that I have not taken any anxiety medicine for. And I've been on stressful situations like where I'm like, I was looking for it, and the time where I actually was finna go grab it and take it, I kid y'all not, it was in my bag that they had to put on the plane, so I had no access to it, and all I had was me and God, and I had to depend and lean on that for me to get over things. So when I tell y'all, like I don't look like what I've been through. I may not seem like what I've been through. There are many, many other people who are just like me, who are going through something. They say something. Now, who is calling my? See, this ain't even right. Hold on, I got to find the phone. Now, see there, I didn't tell her to call me. I said I'm on lunch. So anyway, um, but there are. What was I saying? See, she throw me off. But there are several people who are just like me, who look like they have it all together, who have been taught. Let me tell you this. I've been conditioned to look like this. I've been conditioned to make sure that I look better than what I'm going through. Okay? That's been me all my entire life. So even when I went through postpartum depression, if you didn't see me, you probably didn't know. If I showed up to where I was supposed to be at, because I'm that person. I have functional depression. Okay. So I'm the type of person I will go to work. I will show up to the event that I'm supposed to be at. I'll leave out, dip early before I gotta talk to anybody, and I'll be at home in my bed minding my business. And I stay there and I do that for weeks. That was who I was. But you would never know. I still kept, even last year, I still kept posting videos. You didn't see what I was going through. So when you have friends who may be the and check on them. A lot of times we go through stuff and then we're just dumping it on our friend, or we go through stuff and we just expect that friend to understand. You don't even know what's going on with that person. How many times have you noticed that a friend has literally been not their self, but in the moment of them not being their self, you're kind of caught up in what you got going on that you can't really see it. But then when you reflect back on the situation or when they snapped on you or they stopped talking to you, you realize like, dog, I was really caught up in myself and I didn't think to ask her. There are some simple things you can do to ask people. And this is the question I ask now. Like, are you able for me to dump on you today? I need to vent. Is it okay if I vent? Are you in a space where you can listen to me? Sometimes I don't need your answers back. I just need to vent in person. Those are questions to ask before you dump on people. Like, those are things that you have to literally take into consideration. As adults, we build different types of friendships than we do when we were little. When I was a kid, it was like, oh, we got the same class. Like, we got the same class together, so we're gonna be friends. Oh, our parents go to the same church, that's my friend. No, now as an adult, it's like, what do we have that we can bring to each other? Not that we have in common. What do we have that we can bring together and make something magical? And I'm not just talking about relationships, I'm talking about friendships, because your friendships are your core of who you are. And if you bring people into your circle, make sure that they understand and that you offer them enough information about yourself so that they understand where you are. A lot of times we mask, we hide, especially if you have work friends that become regular friends. They don't know all your business. They don't know everything, right? So you have to understand that it's okay to tell people where you are. You ain't got to tell them all your business to tell them where you are. Okay. I need people, I had to understand that. And now that I've grasped it, I'm at a better place. I don't have to share all my business with you to tell you that I be struggling sometimes. Like, I just be struggling. Like, maybe I had a shopping problem. That's me. Maybe I can't deal when people have other mental health issues now. Now I have to assess where I am and I have to say, am I strong enough to take on another friend that has a mental health issue? Am I strong enough for that? Am I at a place where I can handle it when they need to dump on me, that it doesn't come back on me and affect me? Because that's what happens when you're the strong friend. You want to fix everybody's issue. Or when you're just being a friend to someone, you want to fix everybody's everything, and you can't fix everybody. It just doesn't work like that. And so, as a friend to another friend, understanding where you are and what you have the capacity for. Sadie, if she never, I don't even know if she on here, but Sadie, if you never taught me nothing else, baby, you taught me capacity. And if I have the capacity to handle a friendship or a situation or whatever, I'll handle it. If I don't, I just don't. I just don't. I don't do it. I feel like, am I getting dark? I'm sorry, y'all. Um, but yeah, like, I just don't anymore. I can't afford to, because I was literally drowning and killing myself from taking on everybody else's issues. And after they done moved on from their issue, their problem, I'm still holding on to it. So here I am taking on everybody's everything. They done moved on and I'm still holding on to all of their issues. You got to talk to someone and understand your capacity, what you can handle, what you can take, what is meant for you to have. I promise you, God will give it to you. He did not give you everybody else's problems. It didn't work like that. I don't know about y'all, but he didn't make me Mother Teresa. I thought I was, but I wasn't. And a lot of the things that I learned from conditioning. I saw my mom help everybody. That's all I knew. So I wanted to help everyone, and I still do. I just know my capacity now. I know what levels I can and what I can't. Because in order for me to be the best me, I can't be the best me if I'm doing everything else for everybody else. And then when it comes down to me, I have zero left. Period. That's not how any of this works. So on World Mental Health Day, learn capacity, Learn to assess your situations personally first. Before you open up and give friendship to anybody else, assess yourself first. Before you start watching YouTube videos and following people, assess yourself first. If I trigger you, don't watch me. If I am a person that's not giving you what you need to help you get the best out of your day, if every time you watch me, I depress you, if bye bye, unfollow me, unsubscribe. I am not for you. And I mean that by in general, I'm talking about me, but in general for everyone. If you're on Instagram and you hate this person, and I said hate because I mean it, like you really can't stand them, but you're still following, unfollow them. If you are literally at the point of your wits end, unfollow them. There is a button there that you can unsubscribe, unfollow, delete, block, do all of that. Whatever you have to do to protect yourself. That's it. That's it. People don't even realize that you're going through something when you're going through something. And so unless you verbally express it, how will anyone know? And I said that because that was me. I didn't verbally express it. And then when somebody got upset with me, I'm like, but I was going through stuff too. No, I had this going on. I had this and this and I never told you. I never spoke up for myself. And then I gave so much of myself to you that I wasn't even able to handle what you were going through. So, what did we learn today, guys? We learn capacity. We learn it understanding what we can handle in friendships. And if nothing else, you can. And reassess the things that has happened to you in your previous life. We block out a lot of things, but I promise you, if you start taking bits by bits and going back to those things that you blocked out and you start getting to some, I promise you, you start understanding stuff. Understand that talking is okay. Find you a person. If you feel if the therapy is too expensive, okay, if that's too much, y'all can pay me. Listen, I pay me. You ain't got to pay me. Set up a time with me. I listen to you all day. If I fall asleep, just wake me up. Like, hey, I'm still here. But find you someone that you can talk to, that you can be open and honest with, that you can be your best self with, no judgment, no nothing. Everybody is not going to be able to handle what you're going through. That's that assessment. Assessing what you can handle, what you have, your capacity. Everyone will not be able to do that. But in understanding that, that doesn't mean they're not a great person. It just means they can't handle what you're going through. Okay. So I don't fault people who don't understand mental health. I don't. I want everybody to understand it. My mom and my dad didn't understand it until Austin. Like they didn't understand all the things that I had to really dig deep and talk about my issues. But a lot of us grew up in households where you couldn't talk about a mental health issue because it looked one way to everybody else. It didn't look like I'm sane, I'm in my right mind. I just don't feel good. I just don't feel like myself. And how do you explain that? You know? So just understand where you are at, assess it, understand your capacity, understand who you are, work on you before you work on anybody else. I promise you, if you do that, things begin to heal on their own. And when I tell y'all I have been off of my medicine, I have not taken an Ambien, I have not taken a Lexapro, I ain't taking my volume. Y'all know I'm good to take a volume, okay? I pop a volume all day, okay? Um I am not on that, and there's nothing against that. I just knew I had become dependent upon how this medication could work for me outside of saying, you know what, I need God. God's gonna give me this medicine, and then He's also gonna make sure that I get the help that I need to not have to take the medicine all the time. Okay. So just understand that's where I'm at now, but that may not be your place. That don't make that be your place. If you need the medicine, by all means, and you done went there, you talked to God, and He just sent you to the therapist, and the therapist just gave you what you need. I am not a doctor. I will not tell you not to take your medicine because there's some people we have chemical imbalances, and you need to take care of that because you'll tear up some stuff if you ain't got your pill today. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. um, so oh, this has been so healing and so freeing and so releasing. I love I love you guys for just letting me come on here and grow. I have grown so much. For those who used to watch me while I was doing makeup videos, to planning to budgeting to all that stuff now, I'm a whole different person because I was younger. My way of thinking when I was 25 versus now I'm 32 is totally different. I'm not the same, and it shouldn't be the same. You should see growth in me. If you don't follow me anymore. Like for real, unfollow me so that I know that I'm not growing. But I'm excited to see the growth in all of that, and I hope that something I said today stuck out because I literally have been just thinking about it, um and what I wanted to say, and I just wanted to be real. I wanted to come on and just give you guys the real, what happens and how we don't use our resources, and we block out so much in our past that we don't know why we're going through what we're going through today because we ain't dealt with all the crap that happened before. I will not get a husband until I deal with the toxic relationships that I allowed in my life. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And that's a moment where I can be real. Okay, like I can be real. I'm not ready for that because I have not healed. Until I can say every man is for himself and not group them into a category, I ain't ready. And God knows that. He knows what I'm ready for until I do what I'm supposed to do. I gotta heal from those toxic relationships. And it started back when I was, so quote unquote, courting people in middle school. Why was I like that? Why did I allow people to do things? Or why am I so hard-headed? Why am I this? Why am I that? I just can't. So it's 1 o'clock. I have a meeting at all. I'm about to go back into work. But today is World Mental Health Day. 40 seconds someone commits suicide. So check on your friends, check on your strong friends, talk to them. You don't know what your one conversation, and nowadays what your one text message could do for someone, especially your planner friends. Like y'all think these planner things, this is just a planner. No, people, this is somebody's life. This is holding somebody together from snapping on you. Check on your planner friends. Y'all don't know what this planner does for people. And when they ain't got their planner stuff together, life be all jumbled up. Check on your planner friends. Ask them, are they okay? When y'all see people snapping off in these streets out here, don't do it in the group no more. I had to learn this. Don't do it in a group. Sidebar them and ask them, are they okay? Because there's something that's triggering them that's making them act that way. I just refuse. Okay, sorry y'all. Hopefully, am I back? Okay, I think that my phone was getting hot. Sorry about that. Um, like pull them to the side and ask them, are they okay? Do they need to talk? Do they need to vent? Because people get dragged in these streets. I've saw it happen, and the last thing you want to do is be the reason why someone feels like they want to end their life because of something that was said on the internet. We sometimes don't take internet things seriously. I know I'll be laughing. I'm a laugher. The core of people is serious. So we gonna kiki because that's how we are. Y'all know people gonna kiki. But them, are they okay? Ask them, is there something that they can do? Can they help them? Or what's really going on? Get to the bottom of it. Like we gotta quit letting stuff just go and letting people just act all kind of crazies and stuff like that. And by crazies, I mean not like, whatever. I'm talking about like just acting all out of character. That's not that person's character. That is not who they are. Talk to them. I've reached out to people before, like, yo, you need to talk. Like, let's talk. Like, let's chat. This stays between me and you. That's all I can give you is just a listening ear, and let's help mitigate this situation because it shouldn't be like this. And it took me going through what I went through to see that it's deeper than what I thought. And when you start realizing that people's lives are really at stake from social media, like people really be on this social media stuff like it's real life. And when you start dealing with people in real life, you really have to think about their mental health. And so today and going forward, as we dive into the community and as you notice people in the community, offer them some help. Offer them, and by help, I'm not saying send them to a doctor. No, just check on them. That's the helping hand. Sis, you good? We you need help. Like I got an ear, maybe two, depending on which day I'm feeling. I got an ear. Capacity, ability, knowing yourself. Do that. Take care of yourself. There's only one of you. Moms, take care of yourself. There's only one of you. A lot of us are so afraid to leave our kids at home with their daddies, at home with, whoever's at home, because we're so used to doing everything. But if we don't take care of ourselves, then they're going to be there with them with them parents that we don't trust. That's who they going to have. So you got to take care of you. You got to take care of you. You at work, them people stressing you out, talk to your HR department, get you a mental health day, work it in. Okay? Talk to your manager. Tell them I am stressed. I don't want to lose my job, but I can't afford to lose me in this job. Talk to them. We let stuff go on for so long. My last job, I let stuff go on for so long before I started going to HR and reporting stuff. You've got to talk to people. Your husband getting on your nerves, your man getting on your nerves. Take some time to yourself. And there's only one of you. Period, Pooh. Period. Okay. I'm off my horse. I'm off my horse. I think it's a horse. Is that what we ride? We get on a horse. I'm not on a high horse though. I'm just like I'm venting. So I'm gonna come off okay, I'm gonna come off a microphone. But I love y'all for real. And just take care of yourself. There's resources everywhere to help. Call the hotline if you need somebody to talk to. There's people 24 hours. Reach out to me. I know I suck in DMs, but if you guys, if you really need something, put urgent and ask me, hey, are you at a point where we can just sit and talk? Go book some time on my calendar thing. Say you want to just talk or whatever. Like, I'm good with that. Soapbox. Thank you, Coffee. I'm good with that. I can't help everyone, but I can sure be a listening ear. Um, Knowing my capacity. If I can handle it, I'll handle it. And by handling it, that's me just being a listening ear. Or refer you to somebody else who can. But yeah. Okay, I'm going back into work. I have a piece of corn I need to eat before I go. So I love you guys in real life. Happy World Mental Health Day. I'm so glad that people are acknowledging. And talk to your friends. Talk to your strong friends. Check on your girls. Love y'all. Mwah! KK. Bye. Oh, and I got videos coming soon.